Yeah, we're live. Another episode. Yes.
QB Center Exchange.
QBC Exchange. Hey. What's going on, YouTube? It's Ja Boy, right? That's how you're supposed to start things with Ja Boy. Anyway, it's Ja Boy, Andy, your center, right here. It's your quarterback, AJ. AJ, tell the people hello.
What
Throw
up?
the ball. There you go.
Throwing darts.
AJ's always behind me because I've always got his fronts. That's how a quarterback center works.
Yeah, except for I was always getting sacked or throwing interceptions. So
Never my fault. Never came up the middle.
Freaking Gavin.
Gavin. Let's roll into the news. Let's start with a little bit of breaking news real quick. Sources are confirming. JV Report tweeted out about 20 minutes ago that the Angels and Tigers were working out a deal. Breaking news, that deal is all but finalized. Ian Kinsler will be heading to the Angels. No word on what the Tigers will be getting back, but that deal is all but finalized. Immediate thoughts on that?
Boring.
Yeah.
He's like 50 years old, and he's been playing second base forever. He can't hit. He can play defense, but you can get a guy from Venezuela who's 19 years old and can do the same thing. So
terrific. Go Venezuela.
Woo!
Woo, Venezuela. Let's move on to more coaching
Sports.
hires in the NCAA. The JV Report itself and the QBC Exchange would like to express a huge apology.
Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, big error on our part.
Sorry.
We can't believe we left out disgusting.
I'm so sorry.
The Herm Edwards hire to Arizona State. Look at AJ. He's just crying.
You play to win the game.
And now Arizona State is going to play to win the game because their new head coach, Herm Edwards.
Well, they're going to play to win about 8 games.
Yeah, probably. You think 8 games?
I don't know.
All right, well, let's move into it. Herm Edwards was hired at Arizona State. That happened about 2 weeks ago. We forgot to talk about it last week, so huge apologies to Arizona State and Herm Edwards.
Sorry.
But now we get to talk about just Herm Edwards, which is great. Herm Edwards, for those of you who haven't known, was like the greatest analyst on ESPN at the time. Whoa.
Okay.
Gruden's a color commentator. There's a difference.
What's your question?
Herm's been at ESPN for 9 years, hasn't been a head coach in the NFL since 2008, and hasn't coached college football overall since 89. And he's never been a head coach at college.
Yep.
Is it coaching like riding a bike? You can go from the NFL to college, and you can take 9 years off and go right into it?
Yes, especially it's not like when you think about it. I mean, he spent the last 9 years analyzing football. He's coached in the NFL at an elite level for both the Jets and the Chiefs, and none of the matter what college is. I mean, yeah, he's got to deal with recruiting and everything now, and that might be a bit of an adjustment for him because he hasn't done it in so long. But everything else, I think he's going to be fine. I mean, he's been around the game so much. He's been analyzing game tape. He knows what's going on. He knows what works, what doesn't work. He's going to get the right people in there, and they're going to be fine. They're not going to win a national championship anytime soon, but, you know, they're going to have consistent 9-10 win seasons and hopefully play for Pac-12 championships.
How do you think they fare in the Pac-12 his first year?
I mean, with Sam Darnold probably leaving and Josh Rosen, I think they got a good shot. They got a transfer quarterback in last year. I forget what his name is. I don't know if he's graduating, but I think they'll be pretty good. It might take a year or two to get the culture fixed around there, though, because they like to throw the ball a lot, and I think he's going to bring a pro-style offense down there. So,
you play to win the game. You play to win the game. That's Arizona State's mantra. That's where they're going. So best of luck to the good friend of the show, Herm Edwards. We're going to try and get him.
We don't huddle as a society anymore.
We're going to try and get Herm Edwards on soon. We could have get Scott Frost
next week.
Yeah, we told you guys last week we tried to get Scott Frost. He's busy today. We'll try him again next week too. Tennessee.
Yep.
They kind of put the dumpster fire to bed a little bit. Made a good hire, in my opinion, for the circus that they went through, and Jeremy Pruitt. Was that circus worth going through to get Jeremy Pruitt?
Yep. I mean, the circus wasn't worth it. They could have done without the whole circus and everybody getting fired, but at the end of the day, they made a good hire for the program and for the school, and I think you're going to see some significant results, not in year 1 or year 2 or year 3, because that program is in complete disarray, unlike the Georgia team that Kirby Smart took over, but I think eventually he'll get that turned around because pretty much anybody that leaves Alabama except for the guy that used to coach at Florida. Name already, but I think he'll be all right.
Another former coach of Alabama, Lane Kiffin. He's doing all right
God.
too.
Yeah, we talk about him all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah, we should get him on the show soon. We'll see what he's doing next week.
Yeah.
Final coaching change that we're going to talk about. Oregon promotes their co-offensive coordinator Mario Cristobal to their head coach. It's no typical offensive coordinator move up. Cristobal has had head coaching experience. He was a head coach of Florida International from 2007 to 2012. Even led them to one of their best seasons, probably their best season, where they won the Sun Belt Conference Championship and their first winning program in school's history. With all that, he goes to be an offensive coordinator, kind of let go from Florida International for undisclosed reasons. Is he ready for an Oregon job or a Pac-12 job?
Sure. I mean, here's the thing about coaching. You're either good at coaching or you're not. You can either manage players and build relationships or you can't. And if he can do that at Florida International, he can definitely do it at Oregon.
Hot take right there. It's better. It's not as good as Herm Edwards you play to win the game, but to hear there's two sides of coaching. You're either good at it or not. Hot take by AJ right there. We're proud of that hot take right there.
On to the next segment.
On to the pick six.
Plus an extra point.
Pick six. Plus the extra point.
For 7 points.
For 7 points. Because that 6 plus 1 is 7. So we have 7 games coming up. We have 7 bowl games coming up before our next show. 6 of them on Saturday and 1 more on Tuesday. So AJ and I are going to go through them. Here's how it's going to work out. We're going to pick the 6 bowl games. We're each going to get a 15-second opening argument to kind of talk about a game we want to, or just anything in general. And then we're going to just go right into picks. It's two-word predictions. That's the name of the game, 2-word prediction. You can say Grambling, landslide. 2-word prediction.
I get the point. Let's go. Let's move this along. Jeez Louise. God, I'm not paying to heat the outside around here. It's snowing, all right?
Goodness. Stay inside then. I flipped a coin. AJ, you're up first. Give us your 15-second argument on these 6 games coming up.
If you're not in a bowl pick'em, these games are pretty boring. There you go.
Inside information. That's 15 seconds of fame for AJ.
Bet.
He's pretty much right. 6 boring games coming up, plus the extra point on Tuesday. But with that, we're just going to run down the 7 games. We start out with the Celebration Bowl starting out Saturday, our first bowl game of the season. Grambling versus North Carolina A&T. AJ, who you got?
NC A&T blowout.
We're going to take that to the booth. Okay, you are allowed to say more than one word if the school name is more than one word. So that is
just
good.
Whatever. Come on, let's go. Keep moving.
I got Grambling, actually. Close game.
Okay.
R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Troy versus North Texas. I'm taking Troy.
Troy Trojans.
Close one.
Troy Trojans. Troy Trojans.
Auto Nation Cure Bowl. We got Western Kentucky. We got Georgia State. AJ.
Georgia State. Ballers.
Ballers. I'm taking Georgia State as well. Las Vegas Bowl. Boise State versus Oregon.
Oregon. Mario Cristobal in his first win.
That's more than 2 words, but we'll take it. I'm still going with Boise.
Whatever.
New Mexico Bowl. Marshall versus Colorado State.
Colorado State. Sweet.
Colorado State as well. I got that as well. Middle 10 versus Arkansas State. I'm going with Arkansas State.
Middle Tennessee, only because you picked Arkansas State.
Good pick. Akron versus Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic. Lane Kiffin all the way, babe. Let's go.
Kiffin. I agree. I'm taking Kiffin all the way. Kiffin's going to take a national championship this year. I still have my beliefs. That segment of the show is sponsored by nobody yet, but it could be you. Moving on to the next segment, we got baseball. We're going to buy or sell. 2 ideas. So the Angels this week, they win the Asian lottery. They signed Shohei Ohtani. Mike Scioscia says, no doubt, Ohtani will pitch and play the field for the Angels, including batting. He even considered going to a Japanese-style 6-man rotation, rare in the MLB. AJ, you buying that idea?
I mean, I guess baseball needs change and how they do things. It gets pretty monotonous and pretty boring. A lot of pitchers get a lot of injuries, especially Tommy John. And if he's going to be pitching on 5 days rest and playing the field, I don't see how that's possible. I don't think he's going to play the field a lot. I think he might DH if he really is that good of a hitter, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Bonus question. You kind of surprised he went to an AL team?
No, because you go where the money is. Even though if he would have stayed in Japan till he was 25, he could have got a boatload more cash. But whatever.
Whatever. I think that was point of signing with the Angels. I mean, they said, yeah, our plan is to have you go both ways. Giggity. Moving on to the next story. Moving on to the next big story of baseball. Yankees traded for slugger Giancarlo Stanton, reigning AL Rookie of the Year and NL MVP on the same roster. Both hit over 50 home runs last season. Team record for home runs in a season is by the 97 Mariners at 264. Buy or sell, does this team top 264 home runs?
Sure.
Great insider. Okay.
That whole trade is a complete dumpster fire. Nobody talks about the fact that everybody talks about how the Yankees are so good and how they just got so much better, but nobody's talking about everything that's happening in South Florida right now and what the Marlins have done to these South Florida fans for the last freaking 25 years. They've won 2 World Series and managed to trade away 2 Babe Ruths and Miguel Cabrera and now Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, this is ridiculous. Well, you get new ownership. You get new ownership in there. You get Derek Jeter in there, and now he looks like the dumpster fire jack off because he's just selling the whole team off. They just traded their other slugger to the Cardinals this afternoon. This is a joke.
Marcell Ozuna. Yeah, we were about to break that to you. Marcell Ozuna was traded from the Marlins. I will have to take it to the booth. I don't know if you're allowed to say jerk off on the air, but we will let it slide for now. Bunch of clowns.
Whatever. I could say asshole, right?
I'm sure that works too. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Gas bag.
Well, gas bag. Let's move to the NFL. AJ, who's in the driver's seat? Who's in the best position right now for the Super Bowl?
In my opinion, it's going to be the winner of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots game, only because that team will get home field advantage in the AFC. I think they're really the 2 best teams in the NFL, and especially with Carson Wentz getting hurt, there's not really, there is competition in the NFC, and they could win, but the Falcons had that super great offense and a pretty good defense, and they could not pull it together at the end of the game against Tommy Toughnuts. So we'll have to see.
Do you even think the Patriots are still the team to beat even after that embarrassment to the what team did they lose to Monday? I can't remember. What team was it that they lost?
Smoking Jay, bro, chill it. It's all good at South Beach except for the Marlins. Everything else is good. All good down there. We're 6-7. We're climbing.
There you go.
We're climbing. We're almost to the top of the mountain. Yeah, he set his feet on Monday night and threw a lot of good passes. It was pretty impressive.
I'm going to get hated on this, but I'm going to go with the Packers with Aaron Rodgers coming back. He's going to go 3-0 his last three weeks of the season. He's going to sneak in as probably a 5th or 6th seed.
No, they'd have to win all their games. I don't think they're going to beat the Panthers and the Vikings, especially when they got to play in the cold and he just had that surgery. I don't know. Nope.
Not buying it?
Nope.
Oh, well, excuse me.
They're not even they have an outside shot to make the playoffs. It's not even like they're already in playoff position. They can't win the last 3 with him just showing up after not playing for 8 weeks. It's not happening.
He's done it before. We're going to see Aaron Rodgers do it again.
Nope.
That's our 2-minute offense.
He's never had shoulder surgery.
Never had shoulder surgery. Those are 2 minutes. That's our 2-minute offense. That's our final thoughts. AJ, your closing thoughts. Let's hear all about it.
It's a rant. It's my rant. I'm having a rant. It's AJ's rant. That's the name of the segment, which isn't sponsored yet, but if you want to sponsor it, hit us up. Anyway, So I'm an avid Madden player, everybody. And as you know, the Dolphins went and beat the Patriots on Monday night. And Madden releases a Team of the Week cards for their Madden Ultimate Team, which is where your GM and all this crap, whatever. But anyways, no Dolphin managed to make Team of the Week this week. And on top of that, Xavier Howard, who was by far the best player in that game, picked off Tom Brady twice, had pass deflection, bunch of tackles, and was also named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Did not get a Team of the Week card. It's a bunch of trash. I don't know what's going on over there, but they need to give him a 90 overall cornerback card or something so I can put him on my ultimate team and start throwing bows and getting picks.
Let's write an angry letter to EA Sports. I'm all for it.
Okay, you write the letter to EA Sports. I don't care that much. I just
but you just spent the time ranting on it.
Yeah, but these are all half-baked ideas that I'm never actually going to do anything about, so just get used to it.
Fine with me. We're going to close the show with the tweet that the JV report sent out today. I mean, it's a legitimate question. Sports. It's a legitimate question if I can pull it up.
It's up.
All right, good. Well, which of these sluggers would you rather have on your team? That's a legitimate question. Shohei Ohtani or Pablo Sanchez?
Pablo Sanchez, any day of the week. Best baseball player in the history of baseball. Better than Babe Ruth.
Better than Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Have you seen him play? That kid is awesome.
Pablo Sanchez?
Yeah, he's great. He's the best.
Heck yeah, I've seen him play.
Woo!
From all of us here at the QBC Exchange, I'm Andy Geierman. AJ, do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Hey, and keep checking out the show. You know, tell your friends, tell your cousin, tell your sister, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your grandma. I don't care who you tell. Just get them watching it on YouTube. And if you want to sponsor the show, give us a email or hit the like button and the comment button. And if you have any suggestions on how we can improve, put it in the comment section as well. And we'll see you next week.
Sounds good to me. It's been a pleasure, you guys. Thanks for joining in this week. We'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.